Good evening, Metroid's Randomizer enjoyers. Welcome to Seed 4 on the day of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Mentor Tournament 2025. I am the Master of Pain, Reed Whaley, and I am joined in the booth by Marion. How are you today, Marion?
Well, considering the nonsense you caused for us over the course of today, Reed, I'm pretty stressed out.
Oh, it's not been that bad for our runners.
Well, we'll let them describe that for themselves. But we're doing pretty good today, Reed. It's a beautiful Saturday evening. So it's only about 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, so earlier in other time zones. But so we got a wonderful race stacked for the last one of the tonight, don't we?
Absolutely. We have Steve versus RicoV53. This is going to be in the lower half of the bracket, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, this is going to be in the lower half round 1 bracket. And our runners are off in the race time room this evening. We just have new patcher and multiplayer items shuffled, so our standard weekly preset for the randomizer race. So today we've had 3 required quads in a row. 2 required chicken quads in a row.
Yeah, I wonder whose fault that was.
It's a little bit mine.
A little bit? What do you mean a little bit?
Little bit Randomania's, but a little bit mine. I'll take a little bit of that credit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 90-10 with the 90 going to you, 10% Randomania's fault.
Yeah, no, that seems fair.
All right, but regardless, before we get anywhere with Chick or Quad or maybe in a Morbus fight, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning and say hello to everybody's good friend, Umos. And Umos is very kind to us today. Hey, look at that. He's giving our bombs right off the bat.
See, this one's not too bad.
Oh, you're going to curse it. And
Amber, 4 rooms away from Screw Attack. Okay. Interesting.
Well, that could mean a handful of things. But before we do anything, we do have some runners agreements for today. We have 2 of them.
Yep.
Nope. Yes, we do have 2. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Yep.
We're on new patcher, and multiplayer items are included.
Yep. Just our standard weekly preset for our randomizer races.
Meaning we get to go fight everybody's favorite Alpha Splinter, Albert.
One charge, 5 pellets.
Well, Reed, since you've decided to generously help us out all day with creating the races, keeping everything organized, which thank you to everyone, you and everyone who keeps these shows alive. But since you've been the main host today, what are you hoping happens for the final race of the evening?
Well, KR is here. In the last 2 weekends, KR has been wanting some Airy. Fingers crossed we get some Airy for KR. Let's see. We had Umos 2 in the current ongoing race over on SpeedGaming 3, along with required quad. We haven't seen Worms, I don't think.
Nope, yet to see you Morbus yet. And Mining
Some Worms
Plaza
would be nice. Supers on Torvus Energy Controller, that's always a classic.
Yeah, supers on Torvus Energy. That one's just painful. You need supers to enter Torvus Energy, don't you? But, well, unless you have fun with Light Suit.
And I mean that you need Light Suit. It's just you have to bring back the energy to Tumos, to O'Lear, and then take the light tunnel to. Yeah, it's a fun time.
Speaking of fun time, I do want to point out that is a beautiful Mumbo Number 5 parody by Number in the chat. I'm not going to sing it due to trademark and copyright. We're not going to get striked, but that
it would be close enough. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, the auto detect would absolutely tag us for that one.
Either that or my horde singing, whichever one happens first.
Wow.
I know you're sitting there thinking about it. I hear it.
All right.
All right, moving on. Due to the
Steve. Yep, there you go. Go there first.
due to the
Because
fact
you'll
we
go
have
to the top.
bombs.
You got to go here first and play the cutscene, because if you don't, it will just reset you to where you started the cutscene if you don't.
Oh, just some light ammo today on Storage Cavern.
Those came in handy earlier today, whenever we had to get through the gates with the Charged Annihilator, because the missile launcher was in Pod W.
Okay, whose bright idea was it to store your missile launcher locked behind a light beam and a dark beam?
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, there's Amber. Okay.
Well,
So
what's 4 rooms away
rooms
from it?
away.
Communications are at 1, 2, 3. Oh, could it, no, because that's a hallway. That doesn't work.
Com
so
area is 2 rooms. Hey, that's
then,
GFMC.
oh, yeah, you're right. Could be compound. What was the hint, Captain? Well, Screw Attack can be found exactly 4 rooms away from the Amber.
Let's see. It's
Let's see. So we go back. That's 1, 2. Oh,
it
unless
could be here too.
that's...
It could be here at Aegon Transport. Yep.
What were you saying about Aegon Transport?
Found it. Movement system and portal access A. That's probably our space jump.
Yeah, there's not many movement systems in Echoes, to be fair. Well, but a Cursed Lake has a missile-related upgrade today.
Okay, so we know that. No, that's dead. Because you got to have seekers to get there.
Yep, and supers are technically classified as a charge combo. And beam-related. Oh, and I see they're making comments about it being a free seed, but it's a read seed. It's never free. You're always paying some sort of cost.
And we have Amber first pass, which is always nice. Bring portal access A, I think. Yep.
And missile launcher and hive chamber B today, so those are logical since we have bombs. Well, we actually get the item, but how do you actually get through there?
Oh, double damage right off the bat.
Well, double damage will certainly come in handy.
So, well, we have screw attack. I believe that screw attacking over the gate is technically logical.
Unless backwards, I mean, if backwards gates are set to beginner, then it would make sense.
Let's see. Jesse, I never charge a soul. I like small rocks. Shiny things.
So you're more like a bird then.
I'm more like a raven, yeah.
Okay. By the way, we found space jump on portal access, so that's what that movement system was referring to.
That's what we figured.
Yep.
Let's see what's in Sand Cache, why don't we?
Let's have Sand Cache have... Well, let's put a boost ball on it.
In Central Mining Station. Interesting. Nope, that's Emerald.
That's not a boost ball. Put it back. We don't want it. No, of course we want Emerald.
All right, so there's 2 of our 3 missing translators in the first 10 minutes.
Well, our runners now have a choice. Do they want to go further and go for your jump guardian loop? Do you want to dive into central mining and get that suit right away? Or do you want to go fight Bomb Guardian?
Yeah, let's say we know where the launcher is, so we know that getting there is technically logical. So anything we're doing with missiles, we're kind of just saying to heck with it. We know it's cool. Might as well jump into CMS, get our suits, and then go do the Dark Aegon loop, because one take Dark Aegon, not as much fun as it sounds. Especially no take Dark Aegon.
Oh, but first things first, since we're diving into labs, we gotta go check Command Center. Do we have anything useful hiding in the pirate's storage? Absolutely not. That's just some dark ammo for us today.
Yeah, depending on what we get first. If we get Annihilator first, picking up these extra ammos is definitely helpful. Steve missing the... Whoops, I went up the elevator again. Now I gotta go back down and get my item cannon. Do that just about every time on accident.
Yeah, it happens quite often. Oh, you gotta be careful though, riding 50 health with War Wasp right next to him. Nope, Enrico's gonna try to jump across the gap here in central mining.
Oh yeah, you can do this. You can also, for future reference, you can stand on the railing there by the cannons, and you have enough height to screw attack over here. And our dark suit. And Battlegrounds today has a key.
A key? Well, why didn't you say so? Beautiful key. Now, is it an important key? Or are you just going to throw an Inghive key here and make us waste our time? We'll find out later. Can't get that key quite yet.
Nope, right there with you, Jesse. Definitely helps to have the protection going into Dark Aegon with no tanks.
Absolutely.
Doable to get through Jump Guardian and all that? Absolutely. Preferred to not take that much damage while you're going through? Also absolutely.
Well, sadly, we don't really have any quick kill methods for a Bomb Guardian today.
No, we've got Screw Attack, but that's about it.
Yeah, but Screw Attack doesn't really do much of anything against Bomb Guardian.
Of course, we have double damage, so...
That's fair. We could try to go for a,
It'll be a 3-cycle.
Oh, more like a 2-cycle for Rico.
Very nice.
And what a wonderful reward. We get some dark ammo, and, well, Rico's not going to bother to pick it up. We're just going to leave it behind.
There's a reason.
And I'm assuming it has to do with Portal Terminal.
No, it has to do with Hive Chamber A.
Oh, you're going to duplicate DMT, aren't you?
Depends on what's there.
Hold on, I got a note somewhere.
Oh, okay, spider. Okay. I would absolutely have scanned that first before jumping straight into it. But,
well, to be fair, Spider Ball has the smallest Morph Ball icon. Your Boost Ball and Cannonball are relatively the same in size, with being larger.
Yeah, that still terrifies me. They're not different enough for me to just blind jump into them.
All right, that's fair. But since you did bring it up, Reed, quick question by Captain. Doesn't the HCA Dark Missile Trooper duplication only work if you don't have bombs?
You are correct. Okay, I don't know why we didn't pick up dark ammo then. It's free dark ammo. It's free real estate.
Do I get free ship insurance with that real estate?
We can work something out. All right. We know our missiles are in Hive Chamber B. Might as well go ahead and do the Jump Guardian loop, especially now that we have Spider Ball.
Yeah, might as well get to a junction site without having to make a second trip back for it. Although
right.
on the negative, we don't have Dark Beam, so we will be isolating in Cache 4, though.
Yeah. See if we can get this scan done. Nope. Okay.
Well, we found Light Beam, so it's in Great Temple, and there's only 2 locations it could possibly be then. Either under the safe station in Transport A, or it's on top of the Morph Ball track in Transport B.
Which was a missile expansion.
So, well, now we got confirmation that Light Beam is technically logically locked by Emerald. And since we have access to Emerald...
Well, we say that. There is technically another item in Great Temple.
Oh, come on, Reed. No. No. We are not going to put Light Beam on Tumos today. You've cursed today's racers enough. We don't need to have it on Tumos.
If Annihilator shows up,
how would that even work? I agree with Tyrannosaur. How would that be possible?
I'm trying to think.
Well, while you think that through, we're going to have Steve go through Command Center until coming back out for Central Mining's Dark Suit, while Rico continues into Crossroad.
Because the vault side sank. I need to look at my doors. Hold on, let me pull up some maps. Thankfully, I have all the maps.
Oh, hold on. Captain threw out a theory. If Annihilator and Echo show up first, you can go through. You can go from Torvis to Sanctuary without Light Beam through Hive West.
Yeah, through. Yep.
But you have to enter through Lower. Huh?
You have to enter through Lower Torvis.
Well, knowing the absolute joy of seeds that you've created today, anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's outside the limits of possibility.
No, it's entirely plausible. It's unlikely, most likely.
Unlikely.
Probable? Yes.
Because, let's see. So we go through... Yeah, we can go through any point in Torvis. Because all that's Dark Beam locked. Go down the elevator. And then go through the secret door at Hydro Dynamo, training access, training chamber, to transport to Sank.
Okay, no, I see the path you're taking. Now I get what you're saying. Oh, it makes so much sense when you say it, though.
And then our transport from Sank to Vault Side.
And just repeat the process backwards, yeah.
More than likely, it's under the safe station. Like, well, I'm going to say it's 95% it's under the safe station.
Well, talking about skipping things, Rico here is shooting something in front of the statue, and it appears Jump Guardian has had a bad day.
Hey. He just got that invisibility cloak.
Well, I think you need to return it for a defect.
Ooh. We take a power bomb.
Yeah, power
So
bomb expansions are always
thinking
handy.
maybe dark beam here. No.
I mean, if you exchange the item model a little bit, it could be. And yes, Captain, we have a power bomb expansion in just about 18 minutes.
It's been less than an hour, Cap.
Although, granted, it's an expansion, not the actual launcher, so logically, we're not going to be forced on it, but we're still going to abuse it.
You know, Caretaker is in the seed hash, and Light Beam on Tumos will require a logical Caretaker.
There's a reason we have a lock on the commentary booth.
And someone left me the keys, you fools.
Yeah, I really gotta stop taking the night shift.
Alright. Alright. So, Rico, if I were to guess, probably gonna head to GFMC and do the Hive Chamber loop. If it were me,
It would make the most sense. You have knowledge that Light Beam's in Great Temple. You have Emerald, so logically, under your save station would be the next chain of progression. So, and not to mention, you're on New Patcher, and you have your Space Jump Screw Attack to open Trooper Security Station. You have everything you need for Compound's loop to be successful, and get back out without a hassle. Oh, but Steve's making a good play as well, going through labs. And granted, we don't have Dark Beam, so we're going to be a little stuck. We can't.
no, we have
really...
Screw Attack. We can get out.
Oh, that's fair. We have. I just said we had Screw Attack, didn't I? Oh,
So,
my mind's going crazy.
Yeah, Cap, you absolutely can skate around Caretaker, do an Echo and Screw Attack, and Hive Access West. But I still think technically, logically, in these settings, it would be Caretaker to take Cat West up.
Yeah, but even to do that, don't you need Echo to open the lock that it puts on Cat West?
Yes. Any way it goes, you need Echo for that. Again, I'd have to check the logic and go through and see. Steve's gonna lockpick storage C? Okay.
I mean, if you know how to do it, it's entirely worthwhile. When it comes to echoes, you really never want to isolate a location. The second you start isolating checks, that's when you start screwing up your route. As, oh wait, I have a lot open to me now. I'm missing one major item, and I've got checks scattered all across the land. Now I've got to spend so much time backtracking just to check it. That, and thankfully the storage C out of bounds is not terrible compared to the others. It's just tedious trying to get out of bounds.
And doing this, you don't have to do the entire puzzle because you can just missile the bomb blocks. And we have Dark Beam on DMT. Interesting. Okay.
Well, that certainly is an interesting location for Dark Beam. Although I'm pretty sure the game lied to me. This said this was a Dark Missile Trooper, not a Dark Trooper itself. I'd like my money back.
No refunds or exchanges, only store credit.
Okay, then I'm going to exchange echoes for other M.
I'm just gonna... There's a button here I can hit to remove them from the comm booth. I'm gonna...
Oh, that's how that works, coming. Oh, the fact chat's calling us out on... Not us, calling me out on that. That's not very... Oh, well.
Yeah, skipping the launcher. We know where it is. We don't have to waste the time to go through that tunnel to get it. That tunnel's a pain.
Well, the good thing is because Rico has Dark Beam, that'll set us up good for going back to Ink Cache 4. That way we don't leave it isolated. Yeah, we could dive deeper into labs, although it makes it a little easier. Granted, we don't need it for labs, but Storage B is open to us. And Storage D, we won't soft lock ourselves in. What is this? This is absolute blasphemy. Yes,
I mean,
numbers
we have double
have.
damage, but it's still a bit of a slower fight than a power bomb.
Can I interest you a second E-Tank less than 30 minutes into the run?
Absolutely. And Reliquary is a missile, not reliquired.
Could I also interest you into these Aether Scout cookies?
All right, Steve. Just remember, you don't have Dark Beam. Don't walk in.
Yeah, the second we walk in, that door's going to lock behind us. Well, it's only light ammo.
Good choice. All right, so now the question, is it quicker to go all the way around, or is it quicker to save warp and then come back to Aegon?
Personally, I'd say Steve should take the save warp. And granted, you do want to check main reactor before you leave, just in case. But taking that save warp out, you might as well do Temple Grounds while you can. Although, but going through the entrance, it's going to take you right to the high chamber loop. Yeah. But then again, you got to walk all the way through Aegon. Oh, and Dark Oasis is Morph Ball related.
That could be interesting.
I mean, it can't be Spider Ball, but it...
No, we have Spider Ball.
Oh, like, right, we already found it. Duh. It can't be an item that we already have.
That's probably just a missile.
Yes, because a missile is a Morph Ball related upgrade.
I meant actually in reactor.
Oh, I'm smart. I can judge things.
So, yeah, no, that's... Yeah, could be boost, could be main PBs. It's exceptionally unlikely. Could be cannonball. With the way the seeds have gone today, we might want cannonball.
Yeah, if Chick is not required today, I'm going to be absolutely astonished.
Yeah, the last two seeds have been.
That's what I'm saying. You had Chicka back to back. Do you get it a third time, or do we have some sort of sanity for these runners?
It could. Oh yeah, yep, nope, can't be made.
No, you need power bombs to actually open the wall. I mean, Boost Ball, though, you don't need Boost Ball for anything leading to the Dark Oasis chain. And by the way, under the save station, there's your light beam.
No. Well,
I know.
Dead.
I know.
Rerolling.
Hey, hold on a minute. You can't reroll. We're already 27 minutes in.
All right, fine.
That I don't think chat would want that. More or less, the runner's trying to reset after doing half hours of work.
Hey guys, light beam wasn't on Tumos. We got to start over.
I'll be sure to bring that up during post interview. Oh, but where do we go from here? What do we do? Well, we have Amber and Emerald. We have Spider, Space Jump Screw Attack, Light Beam under the safe station, which Rico's just now going for. And, well, of course, we have bombs. We got a lot we could do.
Oh, if and it were me, I would take the elevator back down, go check phase on grounds, because we have light and dark beam. I would then head to Pod W, and then head back to Incash 4.
That makes the most sense. I mean, in Cache 4, again, you're leaving a check isolated. But wait a minute. Yeah, but then again, it's a risk going all the way back to Dark Aegon just for one check.
Yeah, well, it depends if we find supers in the middle. Rico.
I don't know. I sort of have a different thought.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, he's going for
Rico's
phase on.
listening to me, and shame on you, or
shame on you.
We're gonna go check this.
Don't
follow the logic. Don't follow the logic my brain comes up with. It's a bad time for everyone involved.
I don't know. I mean, Phase on Grounds is open. We have access to go through Transport A. So it's entirely logical that something could be here.
Yeah.
And by something, that's shiny. Oh, if that's a Chica key and Dark Torvus is required. Nope, that's an Aegon key. Well, if a Morbus is required today.
It's a nice find. Well, any red key that's not an Aegon key is a good key. Until you know we don't need it.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm sort of tempted to say dive into Torvus. You have your Screw Attack, you have Light and Dark Beam, Emerald for some early hints. It wouldn't hurt, although granted we're still missing supers. But we could get the entire underground tunnel loop out of the way, sub Boost Ball.
Absolutely. Torvus would not be a bad play here.
And neither is going for this translator hint off of FTA. Oh, Dark Aegon Temple key locations. It's always good to have.
See if we can peek this.
Yep, we're going to smack our head into a very specific piece of the wall and hope we can clip our camera in to catch a glimpse of what the item is.
Ow.
Oh, you're wearing a helmet.
Ow. Ow. That's Annihilator.
No. Really?
That was Annihilator. I saw the particles. That's Annihilator.
Well, at least we know Annihilator's light suit locked.
Yep. Steve saw it.
Yeah, Steve's not happy. Well, I guess the question is, where on Aether is our light suit? Avina, no, you're not allowed to say that. Oh, how about we get another translator hint for our troubles today? What does it tell us? Oh, that the Dark Beam can be found in a location we've already been to.
Thanks, game.
Thanks, game.
Good game. You get extra biscuit.
Hey, you can never complain about an extra biscuit.
So, yeah, that is one thing I will say is Torvus is going to be a good play here if you do the gondola.
I mean, either we do the gondola or we do a well-timed slope jump. Hopefully first try to do that ink storm. And we could just jump right up to that light portal.
This is true.
Yeah, problem is it's a tight slope jump, and you got that ink storm to go through immediately.
Bonk. Bonk.
Third time's a charm? Never mind.
We got this. We got this, Rico. There
Hey,
it is.
there we go. Round of applause.
Yeah, we did not check pod W. I would have checked that first before going this way, but
A little late now.
yeah, no. At this point,
Although, to be fair, Steve could do it on his way out. He's just now going for landing site. Oh, no, unless that's going to push him towards meeting grounds.
I think we're gonna check our hint here first. Missile related. Alright, Steve off to get the Dark Bait. Dark Aegon and Dark Torvis for Torvitsky.
Oh, that's a pretty rough location for Torvis Keys. Oh, you know, I just thought of something bad. Oh, and I hate myself for thinking it, but it's entirely possible.
Key on worms?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna put that out in the universe, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I mean, we already found one of the Aegon keys. We know that all three keys are in the relative dark worlds. I mean, why not? Why not? It's something. It's possible.
It's the last one of the night. Let's have a good time.
Oh yeah. Such as having a morph ball related on Poison Bog. Now that absolutely could be main power bombs.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no, because if you have supers, you can cut through Dark Forgotten Bridge.
I think that was actually main power bombs from the model. I can't tell though. Yeah.
You know, I've got to
Why
stop.
are we not getting that? Rico, that's gonna be a question.
I mean, we could totally air underwater it.
Yeah. Oh, or we can just get gravity.
Ha!
Oh, chicken with the E tank. Not 3 in a row of chicken and quad required.
Oh, they get some sort of safety. And look at that, a gravity boost right here on Path of Roots. So it lines up perfectly for the main power bombs. Okay, so chicken's not required. That's great. Although, what does that mean? Oh, well, of course, I know you're disappointed. I'm sorry. Oh, but don't be sad. Don't be sad, chat. We've got Airy, we've got Caretaker. Well, Caretaker doesn't matter.
No, Caretaker no longer matters.
I mean, we could have Airy required. That's a good boss fight.
We do like that boss fight.
Yeah, you could have required Quadraxis again.
I like that too. If I could have 4 seats today that all have a required quad, that will bring me a smile.
How many seeds have you? Didn't we have 5 today?
So I've rolled 4 of the 5.
Oh, okay. Well, we've already got a major route difference. Yeah, Rika's decided to dive Torvis Bog due to having Dark and Light Beam with a suit and Emerald, while Steve, meanwhile, is taking a backtrack into Aegon, possibly going for some labs cleanup, maybe some Dark Aegon cleanup.
I don't believe Steve's done any of the Dark Aegon loop yet. I don't believe they've done Jump Guardian yet, have they?
Not that I can recall, no. We've only seen it on Rico's side.
Yeah.
Although this could play into a Sanctuary Spider side.
Switch over to Rico's audio for a bit. Love me some Torvis music.
Oh, absolutely. Some of the best. It's calm, it's relaxing. You have a soothing naturistic ambience. Oh, it's just so peaceful. Oh, Steve has no power bombs. Okay, no, we definitely did not do the Jump Guardian loop.
Nope.
Thank you, Cadmere, for that confirmation.
STK.
We'll always take those. Well, I'm not sure why Steve is going through this first sand block here of that portal terminal.
We have screw attack, so...
Oh, that's the last one. That's the last one. Never mind. No, it isn't. That's the
No,
first
that's the
one.
first one.
Well, why do we do the first one? We just jump over to the third. Oh, either way.
That may have just been muscle memory.
Well, at least we didn't do the second sand block on the left side of the room. That sand block does not deserve to be blown up.
Okay, so first STK at almost 40 minutes. Missing supers, missing seekers, missing dark and echo, missing cobalt.
Can I?
Boost, light
I'm going to
suit.
interject real quick. Reed,
Oh,
can I correct a? Can I correct a statement you just made?
Hmm.
We found supers.
Did we? Oh, Steve found supers?
Rico just walked past them on portal terminal light.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize.
No, it's like as soon as you said supers, Rico walked right past it.
Well, that'd do it.
Yeah, your comedic timing is always on point.
I do my best. So, okay, rephrase that. Not missing supers. We know where those are.
Yeah,
Seekers, dark visor, echo visor, light suits, boost. We know where Annihilator is. Rico doesn't, but Steve does. And Cobalt.
Yeah, speaking of what Steve does compared to Rico, going right for in cash 4, is this detour worth it? Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's their first power.
Yeah, until we get main PBs, yeah, an extra one definitely helped.
And with that being their first power bomb, it's always good to see.
Mr. Flippy has a missile. Thanks, Mr. Flippy.
And Steve doing the proper thing of leaving the Lightbringer alone.
They are friend-shaped.
Yes, they are friend-shaped. Lightbringer is there to help, not harm. Now, Wyvern, the fact that they're literally shaped like several knives and crystals is beside the point. They're still friend-shaped. Just like a hedgehog. You just have to hope you have to pet it very carefully.
Hedgehogs are friend-shaped.
Even if they're dangerous.
Porcupines. Porcupines not friend-shaped. Hedgehogs are. Definitely friend-shaped. Alright. Rico grabbing supers, which really opens Torvis up pretty much completely.
And meanwhile, Steve is now shooting the statue for some reason. I guess he is not a fan of architecture.
Well, it's a little postmodern for me, but Steve, you do have double damage. You're good. You're good. You're even if you
That's
didn't
enough
have
shots, man.
Stop! It's already dead.
Oh, wait. No, it's not.
How?
My only guess is that double damage doesn't work on the invisible hitbox. It doesn't calculate the extra damage.
No, it definitely does. Maybe it just got to a damage threshold where light beam shots wouldn't reduce it any more than it already was.
Well, that's a good thing, you know. At least Jump Guardian does have that safety flag where boss cannot be killed without technically spawning. And because that flag is there, we can't ever delete that item. Which is good because, well, if that item's important.
No cap. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is if it's at 25, no attack that does 30 will drain it below down to 1. So I know that the death blow doesn't do anything down to actual 0. That was a joke. That was.
Well, if you have to explain the joke, then.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I'm sure chat did as well.
Learning is half the battle.
Thank you, G.I. Joe. Or in this case, G.I. Reed. Yeah, I know it's copyright KR. You can sue me over it later. Please don't actually sue us. We do not have a legal team.
Speak for yourself. I keep on a retainer for scenes like this.
I don't believe you.
You should.
I'm pretty sure right. You're not going to go there.
Second Aegon key.
Can we have a third Aegon key? Well, I'm sure we'll find it eventually. Oh, but either way, we're just about 45 minutes in. We have one final Aegon key hiding somewhere in Dark Aegon. Who knows where? A good majority of Upper Torvus is complete. So that's good.
So, the funny thing is, Amorbus could be locking itself. It could just be completely not required and taking its ball and gone home.
And speaking of going home, we're going to say hello to our good friend Aisha, who tells us that Quadraxis has a missile expansion.
Half dead. All right, come on.
Well, thank you, Aisha. We appreciate your kind words today.
Look, they can't all be winners.
Like any race that is completed is a winner in my book.
This is true.
But since we have Emerald, we can now move through the famed underground tunnel and see that underground tunnel always has progression due to the fact we found seekers here.
Yep, Cap's here.
Well, is it a double progression? Do we have a good hint? Oh, come on!
Boom, baby!
Oh, every time, Reed, come on!
4 for 4, baby, let's go!
Oh, that's got to be a new record.
It's gotta be.
Okay, so to state what just happened, for those that possibly aren't aware, you saw earlier that Quadraxis had a missile expansion. That's great, we don't need to fight Quad. Well, unfortunately, Quadraxis locks 2 different items. Quadraxis itself, and the light suit item you get from returning the Ying Hive energy to Sanctuary to get your light suit. Well, for some reason, Reed decided to curse us once again, and we need to go return that Inghive energy to go get a Sky Temple key.
Yes, quadruple quadraxis. Let's go.
Now, to be fair, we could technically skip the Quadraxis fight.
We could.
It's not recommended. It's a one try and an immediate soft lock if you fail. But
Or you can you can wall crawl it,
or you could out of bounds it, yeah.
which that would, if you wall crawl, we don't need light suit because we know Annihilator's an FTA, and Annihilator's required to go get the item.
Oh, this is going to be a fun time tonight, Reed, isn't it?
Strap in, everybody. We're here for a minute.
I can hear the excitement radiating off your microphone, Reed.
I am so happy that we have a quadruple quadraxis.
That's got to be some sort of record.
Oh yeah. Do I still have aircraft peanuts from whenever I was on vacation in my bag? Let's go. I do have snacks.
And we do have another hint that tells us the keys to the Dark Dwarf's Temple, which hopefully we don't need yet.
We don't need it at all. Chick is dead.
Right. We got the chick a hint already. So that's...
Light suit on Airy would be pretty spicy for the last one of the day.
That'd be something. Having required Airy to get your light suit, to get your Annihilator, to then go fight Quadraxis, to then go get the Inghive energy just to return it to Umos, which doesn't make any sense because Umos is hunting. We're hunting for those STKs. You'd think Umos would want to just give us the key, but no, we got to do all his chores for him.
No, it may be. I think canonically we don't have enough power until we return all three temples to make the light suit. I think it's created from the control.
Right, now, yeah, that's fair. Being the actual light of Aether itself from the planet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, speaking on lore, there's a really great series out there. It's a 3-part series called Stories Retold. If you're really into a deep dive lore, I'd highly recommend it. Although a quad fight makes sense, you know, quad does have 4 legs, so.
Yes, Cap. All 4 seeds that I rolled today are required quad.
You get the captain's seal of approval. All right, let's go and jump back into your regularly scheduled programming today, shall we? So on the right, Rico has just acquired their super missiles, gone through Torvus energy, and we've now returned back to Temple grounds, and we're now going to go for our Sky Temple key locations. On the left, Steve is just about to acquire their gravity boost to get main power bombs, to then in turn continue through Torvus to hopefully find Seekers and follow in Rico's footsteps. All right, Reed. What do you think?
Rico knows that we require quad. Rico's the one that found the hint. Rico does not, however, know where Annihilator is, and that it is light suit required. Steve is the only one that peeks that.
All right, Reed. Before we get to key hints, since you created this wonderful mess for us tonight, you have 8 keys left to place. Where would you place them?
All right. So we know one's on Sumos. I would really like light suit on Airy, so I'm going to hold that one. Battleground, so we have a required dark visor somewhere. Profane Path or Sentinel's Way for some required echo. Well, sounds good.
Well, let's find out if your predictions came true today. Your locations include the following: aerial training site,
Okay, that's pretty much free now.
transit tunnel south.
Requires Annihilator.
There's your required. Main research over in Sanctuary.
Okay. I believe.
Watch station access. Not terrible.
Okay.
You just need light beam for it. Just a handful more. Ventilation area A, so a freebie.
Yeah. It's going to be our Tubos. O'Lear.
Everybody loves O'Lear.
And Cooling Chamber.
All right, so not terrible.
The good news is we have to go see O'Lear anyway. Well, Battleground Key, not an SGK.
What about the abandoned worksite key that Steve's about to see? Oh, that's an Aegon key. And we're taking an intentional death here.
Heading back to Dormus.
That is why safety saving is important. You never know what intentional deaths may happen. Wait. I know what I said.
All right. I was going to leave you a second, but...
Nope. I know what I said. We're not... We're going to leave it at that.
So... Well, we're 4 minutes out, but... Marion, I know it's your favorite thing to do, so I'm not going to step on your toes. Would you like to do your at the hour?
Oh, you want the 1 hour rundown?
Yeah, give me the 1 hour rundown.
Oh, I'll give you a 1 hour rundown. Oh, let's see. Let me get the notes ready. Well, we got quite an interesting show today, Reed. But before we do that, let's get a little bit more information off of Rico's site, telling us that the keys to Hive Temple are absolutely useless to us today. Mainly because Hive Temple keys can be skipped in 4 different ways minimum. Nope, 3 different ways. Either way. Alright, we'll start with Rico, since that's the best way to go about it, since we just got STK hints. Good news is, our keys aren't in terrible locations. I mean, with Sank Energy Controller, we get to say hi to O'Lear. Calling Chamber, so that's another in Sank. Oh, main research, watch station access, ATS... at least 60% in Sanctuary. Great, you got a good Sank cleanup. The bad news is, for some reason, Transit Tunnel South has to be required. Well, we have Gravity Boost, so that's good. Problem is, Annihilator is missing. Annihilator's off of FTA. We don't know that knowledge yet. But that's locked behind Light Beam. We don't have a way to get that without Light Beam. We haven't we may have just... Oh, shut up. You know what? I'm taking my 5-minute break.
All right, that's fair. It's been a long week. Ooh, Visor somewhere in Torbus. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week.
Oh, I'm so broken right now. Life support in dungeon. Well, at least that's dead. It can't be light suit. Because we need that Annihilator. So as far as Rico goes, we're missing 8 keys. We need Annihilator. We don't need Dark Visor per se. It would be nice to have, just for quality of life. But it's not hard required. What we really want is Boost Ball to take care of the Quadraxis fight, which could be anywhere. We need Annihilator to get Quad out of the way and to actually leave safely. And we need Light Suit. That's the big three.
Ooh.
As for Steve,
unlimited missiles.
Hey, we'll always take unlimited missiles. Let's see. As far as Steve goes, we have no knowledge on keys, period. We've yet to access that part due to a lack of seekers, which were located off of a terrible location. Which I don't have wrote down for some reason.
There's always progression there.
Oh, of course it's an underground tunnel. Why would I forget? Oh, so we need underground tunnel. Great. We have Emerald. Perfect. We can get it done. So that routes in for your key hints to get all your knowledge. But Steve has knowledge on Annihilator. But once you don't have to go hunting for it. Just gotta try to find your light suit.
That's a big thing in this seed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that's a location that Rico's already visited. Which, to me, puts it out of my head. If I've already been there, that's gone for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, that's fair. And unfortunately, Storage A is all the way off of Mining Station. No, there is Mining Station B for Storage A, unless you're in Storage Cavern A. No, but if it's Aegon and Storage A, you're looking at Mining Station B.
Yep. So, we know there's a visor of some kind in War Ritual Grounds.
Well, it has to be Echo, because it can't be Dark Visor. Oh, and Steve
Cobalt.
took it. Hold on,
Oh,
Steve
no.
just took a death. Untimely death due to the poison. Did Steve ever save?
Oh, no. Okay, saved after getting Light Beam.
That's like a 30-minute time loss.
Ooh.
Light Beam was relatively early.
Oh, boy. Yeah, nope, Steve has not done anything in Dark Aegon yet. Steve has not done a lot, unfortunately.
That's so painful. That's terrible.
That's
gonna set Steve back so much. Now, hear me out.
It's not over.
No, and here's why.
In no way is it over.
Absolutely not. There is so much left to do in this race. There is so much knowledge that is yet to be found. Now, you don't have Cobalt, so all of your Sanctuary hints are who knows what. You don't know where Light Suit is, but you have knowledge on what you've already done.
That's it.
Because you know what you've done, hopefully you remember where all your majors were. You can route them in a relatively straight line.
Yep.
But then again, you could also route away from them and go to a new area, such as Diving Sanctuary, because, I know this major's in Torvus. I can leave that behind for now, go do Sanctuary, and come back when it's a better time. It's not a good thing that we died, but having the knowledge that we have, it could route almost better for Steve.
IRL, I'd say this is still at least a 10-minute time loss to go back and collect our majors.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we've still got to go through and get Dark Beam again. But after we get Dark Beam, we don't even go back to Aegon yet. We go through and we head straight to Torvus from here can't landing site unless we want to out of bounds it. But point being, we go to Torvus. We just go back. We grab what we need. Main PBs are there. Supers are there. I don't think they found Seekers yet, but Seekers are there.
No, they never did found Seekers. Oh,
Grab is there.
Oh, that's going to be painful for Steve, because Rico just found Cobalt in Sanctuary. That's going to get Rico immediate translator hints.
Yep.
And any one hint could be...
Echo's War Ritual Grounds.
It has to be. Oh, Pulp, there's your Annihilator beam hint. Up to 3 rooms away from Trooper Security Station. So that gives Rico the perfect area of what he needs to focus on.
Yep. That's a great hint for Rico. That is a really bad hint for Steve. Hmm. And knowing there is a visor in Torvis, so that has to be dark, and there is a major in storage A, that will either be at this point boost or light suit. Well, no, it could be grapple, I suppose.
Yeah, technically grapple is considered a major upgrade.
Grapple is a major, so it could be grapple.
And it could be bait. Very well could be, but going to mining station B, regardless of storage A, you do have an Amber translator hint down there, and well, translator hints could be a variety of anything. By the way, I think we just found Boost Ball.
Yep.
At least I hope.
Or could be cannon.
Yeah, could be. Yep.
For Steve's sake, we're gonna hope it's cannon, because that still opens up extra majors in storage A that aren't light suit.
Oop. Oh, Rico's going for an interesting method, going for the bomb space jump into a screw attack. All right, now personally, I think this way is a little bit more difficult compared to just grabbing on the spider track with an instant unmorph. But to each his own, I'm not going to judge someone for doing a trick a different way.
Absolutely. As long as the trick works, it's not the wrong way to do it.
Absolutely.
If it accomplishes what you need it to do, it's not the wrong way.
Agreed. Yep. As long as it gets the objective done.
There's one thing that's like, there will, of course, always be quote-unquote meta tricks. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And optimal ways, it is canon. There will always be an optimal way, quote-unquote, to do things until a new and better optimal way to do it is found. However, the one thing I will tell all the runners listening and watching is that if a trick you know how to do, you can do consistently in 2 minutes. For example, if you are trying to do a trick that is the quote optimal way, or the quote faster way, or the quote way everyone else does it, unquote, and it takes you 5 minutes, the way you're doing it is the right way. That's just a little thing to all of our runner friends out there. Don't let people tell you you're playing the game wrong, just because you're doing it different.
Well, there's nothing wrong with doing things a different way, as long as you have fun. That's the biggest part about it.
That's right. Oh,
speaking of
ammo.
Yeah, speaking of having fun, get to spam fire the Annihilator Beam and have a whirlwind of joy with various colors. Or in this case, just 2. All right, that's fair. Light Beam is technically every color. You have a rainbow going on. And since light is the combination of all colors. Oh, we get to have an art lesson today. Although I never did
This
well in
is
art school.
no me either. This is
I
the
never
play I
did.
would make if I were Rico. Let's go check mining station B. Let's go check storage A. See what that major is while we're here.
Absolutely. Check what you can while you're in that area. And hey, if we get this ventilation area A item as well, might as well get that key while we're here. But
Absolutely. We do, however,
it's
need a power bomb.
what, you mean we can't just walk through the door?
No, now after we blow up the power bomb lock with cannonball, we can just wander right through because it'll just open for you.
Oh,
But until
okay, I
that
see.
point, no, it's
Well, I guess if you're gonna make me open the door, then we'll go back and get the guaranteed power bomb drop off the little item box. But good news for Steve, since we got our gravity boost back, that'll make moving through Torvis a lot easier.
yeah, and not even gonna worry about going back to get the main PBs.
Yeah.
I would because I don't think we found another PB yet, have we? Because we missed out on all the Dark Aegon.
Yeah, I don't think we've collected all that many. All right, so as far as major items that we need, Rico is still missing that boost ball. We need Echo for the logical quadraxis. Let's see what else. Main energy controller. Well, that's light suit. No, it's even though with light suit that could be anywhere. Oh, sync energy. We don't need too much for. We can get that right now. No, just that light suit and echo visor would be great. I mean, pretty much same thing for Steve as well. Light suit, echo. Although we need to recollect supers if we haven't already off of Portal Chamber.
No,
And
we
then
just now got back to Torvis.
we gotta get the Seekers as well. Now, but the good thing is, Steve's in the right area to get Seekers and Supers. It's not a time loss to get them as they're right along the path. But from what I'm looking at, it's really got to come down to who finds that light suit first. And whoever defeats Quad and gets that out of the way. Or hey, we might see a Quad skip. It's endless possibilities are at hand. Although Steve should really be careful as we're running 1E tank in Dark Torvis, and the Warrior Ring here like to be a little pushy. Not the Warrior, the Hunter Ring. And again, we need a power bomb to open power bomb doors. So,
Yep. And that's what I was afraid of, is we didn't pick up any yet, so we're gonna have to go back and get those mains.
I think that's what Steve's doing right now, realizing what he's about to do.
Yeah.
You've already opened the shortcut between Torvis Lagoon and Forgotten Bridge, so
Yeah. Now on Rico's side, I was having to look at something else for work. I apologize, but did we not go look at Mining Station B?
no, we did not.
Okay, interesting.
And yes, KR, this might not be unleashed, but anything's better than Riders.
Which riders?
The
Hold on,
first
I'm
one.
gonna-
First one, not Zero
Really?
Gravity. Not Zero Gravity. That one was at least marginally better, handling-wise.
I mean, now, if we're going to talk about a bad Sonic Riders,
Right.
free riders,
Oh, that was just terrible with the
That was
motion
abysmal.
controls. Anytime you
I-
add motion controls into a game where it's not really designed for it, you're gonna have a bad time.
I still 100% it like I have every other Sonic game, but it was a bad time.
I don't blame you.
It was a real bad time.
Although I do want to say, fun fact, I've now got a secret weapon since we've just found KRARs. We just triggered KRARs so much. Oh, Leno, don't lie to chat. That's not very nice.
Hey, K-Rock.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting route just trying to figure out. I mean, granted, Sanctuary has a lot to it.
Free Rider says a no connect patch. Okay, did not know that. I played it when it originally came out and 100%ed it, and that was a really bad time.
Oh, you want to talk about a bad time? I don't know if it was just me, but I could never get Tony Hawk Underground to work with that little plastic skateboard thing.
Yeah, I saw. I've got that installed. I've ripped it off my Xbox.
I just could never get it to work.
That wasn't Underground. That was
Underground.
Underground 2 were on GameCube.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking newer than. God, it's been too long.
I got that back in college. What was that?
Oh, Mining Plaza has nothing for us today. Well, that's good.
And Ride. Tony Hawk Ride.
Right. That one. Right. Oh, that one never worked right.
Downhill was the one for the Wii. Ride was the one that you actually got for 360 and PS3 that had a physical skateboard controller.
All right, let's go and jump back into our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, sorry, I get off topic.
Oh, you're fine. It's all about having fun here at SpeedGaming. But we do have a competition here today. We should dive right back into it.
Yep, Rico heading to check that major. And
well, at least that's good. Finally going to Mining Station B while Steve finally gets supers. That's going to make Torvis a lot easier.
We're going to hope, for Steve's sake in this race, that this is boost or grapple.
And that Rico can't open the seeker door. Oh, no.
We have unlimited missiles. We have enough time.
Hey, come on. Seekers are just a weird item. Just to try to get right.
Good old seeker missers.
Yep. Just keeps on missing. And Storage A has your boost ball.
So we still have to come here to get boost to get quad.
Correct.
However, that does give Steve a little bit of time. There's the hint.
there's the light suit in vault. You know what? That's a good location for it. You know, you're hiding a very powerful item against the Ing in a locked, sealed vault. I mean, who wouldn't?
Very convenient that boost ball's right there.
I mean, hold on. Let's think. I gotta pull up the notes again. Going back to our STKs for a minute. Let's see. Transit Tunnel South, main research, watch station access, vent area A. Nothing is echo locked. No, because we have light suit, we have boost ball. That gets us quads out of the way. Annihilator beam's going to be only locked by light suit, so you get Transit Tunnel South out of the way.
Yep.
We don't,
and that gets us our main energy. We're in no mode on Rico's side.
Yeah, we don't need that Echo Visor at all. We can completely skip it and just do a manual aim on the quad fight.
Yep. With double damage.
It's like it's going to be a cakewalk.
Yep.
Oh, that feels bad for Steve since all the progressions is scattered in early Aegon and late Sanctuary.
Yeah. This is going to take, again, not over. In no reality is this over. This is going to take some absolutely incredible routing and movement.
All right, I'll say this: if I was in Steve's situation, based on what we know, all right, we have a handful left to do in Aegon, so nothing's really pushing us towards Aegon, which is a sad thing.
Yeah.
But what we do have is a lot we can do in Sanctuary due to having Spider Ball and both beams. Yeah, we could do Underground Tunnel, go to Lower Torbus, hopefully not die in the temple fight here. Okay, we're good. Go to Lower, use the lower elevator to route into Sanctuary. You'll find your light suit on Vault since you're already on that side. And then once you find light suit, you have knowledge for Annihilator. Go get that and route your key hints in.
Except we don't have boost at that point.
Oh, that's fair. Boost Ball's going to be the catalyst of everything.
Steve, you need missiles.
And we can't fight Quad without Boost Ball. We need that or Cannon.
Yep, and there's...
Oh, no, hold on. There is an exception. If
we could wall crawl.
We could wall crawl, or if Steve's comfortable with it, they could just go straight up for a quad skip.
Yeah, could do quad skip.
Just leave the room and come back. I will say, pulled it off once. Is it difficult? No, but you really gotta get that head module in the right spot, and that's the hard part.
Steve's movement during the races that they've been in has been phenomenal. Their trick knowledge is phenomenal. I truly believe that Steve can still pull this one out with exceptional movement and exceptional routing.
I love how Steve was just looking around like, hey, wait a minute, where's the item? There's supposed to be an item spawned here. Walk right past it.
But no, it's going to be tough.
Tough, yes, but not impossible.
I believe.
I believe that this is by far the least cursed seed you've made today.
Yeah.
And that quad just completely disappeared on Rico's side.
Yep, it'll do that. Cannonball makes quads go wee.
Well, got some good news for everyone. It's finally time to say hello to Alir, everybody's favorite sentinel of the Fortress Temple. Now, will Alir's words serve us well today? Well, we're about to find out.
Knowing there's an SDK here, I probably would have waited until after I got the energy to come here, but...
Okay, well, that's an immediate demerit for Rico. He didn't even bother hearing the words of Alir today. How dare you not scan that Cobalt hint? I mean, granted, you don't need it, but it still would have been nice to have.
Steve is not happy. Steve has found that Umos 2 has a SDK.
Well, it was going well, Steve. Until it wasn't. Oh, Rico's going to have a bit of a problem, though. We don't have Echo, or we don't have Dark Visor to actually activate this cannon. Not like we want to, though, because we want to save Cannonball. So we're going to have fun with bomb jumps and screw attack. Now, Reed, what exactly is going on with Rico's side? Why are we constantly jumping at this one spot?
So, we are getting the camera into a position where whenever you unmorph, it just instantly unmorphs you. And at that point, you have a very small frame window where your space jump will work midair. So that was a 3 BSJ, 3 bomb space jump into an instant unmorph to get enough height to screw attack and not have to worry with the cannon or another way to climb out of that room.
Well, unfortunately, Rico only had 2 options. Either option 1, you fight Spider Guardian, go through Dynamo Works, or option 2, you go out of bounds and bypass the Annihilator door. I mean, we really want to keep that cannonball for as long as possible.
Absolutely.
And especially if we're fighting quad. I mean, granted, light suit is here in Vault, so... But, again, cannonball will serve us well with not taking damage. Thank you, Grand Abyss, for always being here. I don't have a good word for Grand Abyss.
Again, if you've not seen the Bash Prime video on the wonder that is Grand Abyss on YouTube, would absolutely recommend it. It's a fantastic watch about the speedrunning community and Grand Abyss being one of the big catalysts and hurdles of speedruns for vanilla Prime 2 Echoes for the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah, I mean, any way to get screw attack early is going to set up the entire rest of the run. But with how long Grand Abyss is, it's amazing how they've managed to find a way around it. I don't know why, but Grand Abyss always reminds me of trying to do Alicia skip over in Skytown. Oh, that's a difficult corruption trick. Oh, but either way, having a light suit locked in Vault, well, we're just going to go rob the Vault then.
Absolutely. Down.
Oh, Resbits, the best and worst security system ever. Oh, but meanwhile, it looks like not Rico, Steve's just about to make another path into Torvus.
So we're coming out of Torvus. We are making a play for hints.
I can clearly read a mini map. That's totally what I meant to say.
We are going back to Torvus. You were right the first time.
Hey, see, I told you I can read a map. If it's not upside down, partially. Nope, we're going for Windchamber Gateway. And no, we're not. We're going to turn right back around. Nope, hold on. Maybe we are going for Windchamber Gateway. Hold on. Maybe we'll go check Grand Windchamber. Wait a minute. I think I dropped my keys back over in Path of Roots. Too many rooms in such a short time there, Steve.
Too many rooms. I don't blame you for picking up that 5 tank at 15 missiles.
It's so dangerously low on missiles. Especially with the amount of super locks we have.
Yeah.
Yep, and Rico's having fun with Spider Ball today.
No reason to go to quad yet. No reason to go to ATS yet. Because we don't have Annihilator to go through and finish up quad.
Yeah, but the problem is Rico... does Rico have any information as to where Annihilator is?
Yep. They have the hint that is away from communications area, I believe it was. In Temple Grounds.
Well, can I offer you an Echo Visor today? As it looks like Steve has found Echo on War Ritual Grounds. That's not Echo, that's... Yes, it is.
That's Echo.
I don't know why I thought it was Dark Visor. You need Dark Visor to even open the lock.
Yep. No, it can lock itself. It's just not likely. Ooh, Steve.
Please be careful, Steve. You have one E-Tank.
And lasers hurt.
He's got to take no damage throughout all this. I mean, granted, we have dark suit, so it makes it a little safer. I mean, unless Steve did take a safety save for a pivot.
Rico is heading to Aegon. Or heading to Temple Grounds, I should say. Not Aegon.
Yeah, it looks like Rico's going right for meeting grounds. And it could be using this to go towards... Well, we don't have Dark Visor, so we can't go through Sentinel's path. So we do have to take a little bit of a longer way to go through Wind Chamber Gateway. Or no, we can just go right through the front door through Compound.
Yep, that's right. Trooper Security Station, yeah. So let's see. Right now, Rico is missing TTS, Main Energy, Tubos, and ATS. So still have to dig back down to Lower Torvis, which is annoying.
Annoying, yes, but it works out quite perfectly for what Rico has left to complete.
Yeah, do that. Go from Lower Torvis into Sank, and then... Yep. Or go from Sank into Lower Torvis, I suppose. Either way works.
Yeah, Rico's got a straight line for what he's got to complete.
Yep.
Oh, but I would personally probably leave... I'd probably do Lower Torvis first.
The only reason I say Lower Torvis first is just in case you didn't remember to take the statue and move it.
Yeah, but then even with the statue, doing Training Chamber backwards isn't difficult. It's just a precise angle on the control stick, or just jump over. Yeah, but since we're going through Sank Entrance anyway, maybe we're not going through Sank Entrance.
We can't go through Sank Entrance. We don't have Dark Visor.
You're absolutely correct. We don't have it. So because of that, what I'd recommend, do Transit Tunnel South first. Use that to route into Training Chamber to go through Sanctuary Vault Elevator. Yep. Then you use Sanctuary's Vault Elevator to go for... what was it?
ATS, and then go to Quad, grab Quad, grab the energy, take the energy back to O'Lear, save Warp, final bosses. Rinse, repeat, victory.
And unfortunately for Steve's side, they still have a lot left to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that untimely death due to the poison is costly.
So Steve has now screamed at me in the race time after seeing the Dumos key.
Rightfully so.
Probably because right before the race began, I did say that Tubos was going to be required in the race time.
Oh, hold on. You jinxed this from the race time?
I did. I've been doing that all day.
Oh, Reed.
It's become a habit of just saying something awful in a hopes that it will not curse the runners, and it's
Well,
kind of a 50-50.
hold on. What do you mean not curse the runners? Every time you say something, you will it into existence.
Gonna quote. Just throw that in chat real quick.
Let me see. I'm going to read that race time room real quick. Hold on. No one can never be truly ready for a read seat. You know, that's a quote right there.
Yep, Seeker Missilers doing their job. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to calm many because I've been very busy, unfortunately. But I have been enjoying rolling them and watching and just.
And little side note, life support system in dungeon. That's a confirmed useless check. All it can be is an E-tank at this point. Well, I mean, with it being an E-tank, we might want it. Except we have no way of getting it.
Yeah. At that point, when we have light suit, we don't need it. Steve's going to grab their unlimited missiles.
Yeah, we could have used those a while ago. While Rico continues through Aegon and attempts to get back to Sanctuary. Looks like Rico's going for the backwards route of doing Sanctuary first and then ending in Lower Torvis to then take the save warp out of the Torvis Hydro Dynamo at the save station.
That's fair. That's a valid route. Oh, ran out of time in TTE. Frustration.
So close. So very close.
Underwater bomb jumps, not as much fun as they look.
No, but thankfully, once the rhythm is down, the timing becomes a lot easier to make.
There it is. Yeah, thankfully you have those lines there where you can line up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Metroid series altogether. It's not noticeable at first, I'd say, but having little architectural and design changes where if you hit a button at when you're at just this different mark, it makes everything complete for your puzzle. Yeah, it's like the game's not trying to handhold you and tell you when to do it, but it's giving you just enough push in the right time.
Yep. No, there's not a ton of wiggle room there for the screw attack. There you go.
I will say Training Chamber is one of my favorite rooms to abuse Gravity Boost with. Oh, it's just such a nice room. All right, but stop number one for Rico. We've got to go get ATS. And stop number one for Steve. Well, since we do have key hints, we've just entered Torvis. Could be going for a... Nope, we just entered Sanctuary because we came from Lower Torvis. What am I saying? Oh, Sanctuary. Well, we could also go for ATS while we're here. Although O'Lear we still need to do.
Trying to.
Well, there goes our key off of main research. And unfortunately, Cat West is locked off. We don't have the ability to unlock Cat West until Caretaker's defeated. So, sadly, we have to take the long way around through Spider Side. But great first try screw attack to get that STK, though. Oh, an ATS is inside the box, not on the wall. And thankfully, there's a small gap between two pieces of collision where we can scan right through them.
No. Bonk.
Hey, good news for Steve. We've just located our Cobalt.
And that gives us a ton of very good hits here. That's going to be a bonk.
And speaking of useful information, how about we get knowledge on where Annihilator Beam is? Although we sort of already confirmed that an hour ago.
Yep. Steve knew that one. Frame 1 pause. Into quad.
Oh, now I'm curious. Do you fight the entirety of quad just to do it, or do you show off a little bit and skip it?
With double damage, this is not a long fight.
No, not by any means.
And unlimited beam ammo. And unlimited missiles.
Although it makes sense. How would you feel if you had your nice little robot sitting there in a room, not bothering anyone, and then this highly powerful explosive came blowing off your kneecap?
I got bad knees as it is. I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, unfortunately, we've got to render Quadraxis immobile, and the best way to do so, remove the kneecaps. All right, step 2. Now, because we don't have Echo Visor, we can't actually lock onto these weak points. We've got to do a manual aim. And from the... or we completely skip the fight.
Oh, quad moves just enough to not bonk.
So close. And
You're in the right room. It's okay. Yeah, no, that's right. You're good.
you're on the correct side, Rico.
Yeah. It's valid to check. Absolutely valid to check.
You can never be too safe, especially when going for a skip.
And quad just go, but hey, we were doing a thing. I was shooting at you. You were shooting at me. Like, okay, I'm a go. Like, I'm just. I'll leave, but I'm taking my table with me. You can't have it.
What do you mean I can't have the table? That was the entire purpose of coming to your house.
No, you can't have my table. I'm taking the table with me. and you're going to have to figure out how to get out of here all on your own.
Oh, well, you know what? You left your back door open. So I'm just going to go over there and go through it. Right? I'm going to walk all around your backyard, go right up to the
Oh,
no! So close! Oh, the spam shots of frustration as we come to a soft lock.
Yep. Unfortunately, the giant block in the middle does not come into play until you beat Quad and pick up the item. That's what shifts the layer change. Because no layer change happens when you skip Quad, you've got one shot at getting out. And if you bonk, if you miss the door, that is your one shot. And it is time for a reset. Hopefully, Rico saved prior to doing that.
Now, the nearest save station is right off of. Well, actually, we get to see his home menu for homebrew. Look at that. Well, this just goes to show Randomizer is supported by a number of programs, including homebrew. So you got a few options on how to play your Randomizer today.
Yep. Good old Randomizer Nintendo. So it actually works with the tracker as well. Connects back into the tracker for Randomizer on PC from the console. Oh, he plays on Wi-Fi, so he had to completely reset the Wii. Okay. And that is the correct seed. So we're going to go patch the kernel, mount the storage device, mount the SD card, check the file system. Oh, nope, there we go. Now, everybody, the most important thing is, while you're playing Metroid Prime 2 Echoes from the Nintendo GameCube, you got to be safe. Safety first.
Okay, we have a slight problem then. We made an unsafe play just now. I'm not using a wrist strap.
Oh.
Yeah, the horrors of not attaching a wrist strap to your Nintendo GameCube controller.
I'm not mad.
You're just disappointed?
I'm just disappointed.
Well, I can maybe change your disappointment by collecting another STK for Steve, bringing the grand total up to 4 as we continue along our glorious path.
Steve making the play for that hinted major.
And immediately falling off the Sand Canyon, having to do the screw attack all over again.
So, Steve's was definitely a time loss for the sake of it having to go back and collect some majors. But the amount of knowledge on knowing where items weren't means it wasn't a pure time loss. On Rico's side, unfortunately, we know what we have to go get. And this was just, unfortunately, it's a dangerous action trick. If you fail that trick, unfortunately, it's just done. So on Rico's side, every second of that time loss was pure time loss.
Now here's Base's question. Do you go for it again, or do you just fight the boss entirely to be safe? Well, that's a good question.
It is, if it were me playing the game, with having to reset the console in its entirety and go through the entire startup process again and go back into Nintendo and go back through the setup, and I would, with double damage, even not having Echo, I would just fight the boss the pseudo vanilla way and go from there.
I would agree in the same situation. Yes, we lost time. I wouldn't take the risk again, especially with double damage. Yes, you don't have Echo to lock onto the weak points, but that double damage alone is going to pay for itself.
All right, big thing. Steve is remembering this hint. This hint is going to be massive for Steve finishing up their routing and catching up. Here is your suit. Go get your suit.
There's the shots of happiness.
That's the joy pellets.
All right, once again with Quadraxis. render the kneecaps immobile, destroy the legs, and then we move on to phase 2.
Sweep the leg, Rico.
Well, I'm pretty sure a robot that stands 25 feet tall, possibly more, compared to Samus, who stands at what, 5 foot something? Maybe 6 feet?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if we try to sweep Quadraxis' leg, we'd probably break our own leg.
Samus is 6'2".
Oh, look at that. So am I.
I'm taller than Samus.
Well, to be fair, she's wearing boots and heels, so. I mean, do you see how large that armor is?
All right. Moment of truth.
Fight the boss or go. Yep, there's Light Beam. That's gotta be going for the fight.
Yep, I think that's the safe play.
Yep, do not take unnecessary risks. You know, props to Rico for going for it. The first time, at least.
But Dolphin, maybe you go for it again. Wired in Wii, maybe you go for it again. Having to reset your entire console on a reset,
no.
We don't go for it a second time. At least I don't.
No, it's just too much time just for the loading process.
And unfortunately, that does mean Rico lost Cannonball. We don't need it for anything.
I mean, it would make Emperor Ring 2 a little easier.
Yeah, but we found Boost, so it's not a big deal that we've lost it. If we hadn't found Boost Ball, we go for the skip again, because you don't have a choice.
Well, and Steve appears to be away from their desk, sitting here on a pause menu.
Maybe doing some thinking about the best way to route.
Forward. Forward would be the best way to go.
Because having the knowledge we have... Oh, as my Iowa friends used to say, a swing and a miss.
Alrighty then.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Quadraxis is not playing nice today.
To be fair, Quad's been... Oh!
Yeah,
I thought we were missing it.
Close. That was way too close. No way that spider ball should have latched on.
To be fair, we've seen a lot of Quad today. Quad is tired.
Oh, a little too early.
Just a bit outside.
And the next batter is up to the plate. The bases are loaded. We're down to 2 strikes. But the good thing is we've got a grand slam. It's out of here. This boss is over.
It's out of here.
Home run. Hey, look, he brought the table back.
Okay, Mayor, we know where Echo is. It's just not needed for anything. It's in War Ritual Grounds. No Dark Visor, no Echo needed.
It is too far out of the way to even consider.
We know Dark Visor is somewhere in Torvis.
Oh, if I had to put Dark Visor somewhere, I'd probably put it on Alpha Blog.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, I am a bit interested in Steve's routing decision here, because we know our last suit that we need is on Vault. We know with our keys we don't need anything except for Annihilator and a suit. So I'm not sure why we're going through and doing Aegon cleanup here.
Oh, unless Steve forgot where the Annihilator is.
Well, we got an Annihilator hint as well. Steve was fairly annoyed about finding that Annihilator peak. So I don't believe we forgot where it is. So that's going to be a question for post game as to why we're doing Aegon cleanup.
The only reason I can see is that Steve had to have forgot something, and in turn is not remembering the correct hint.
Steve did pick up the last suit hint in Vault. Yes, it was in Mining Station B's hint. And once again, the words of Olier, may they serve you well. Steve has also gotten SDK hints, yes. Yeah, no, like I said, this will be a question for post game because I'm really not 100% sure why we would be going this way. Rico, however, know where we're going this way. We're heading back to Vault Side Sank to drop down to Lower Torvis to go to Transport Tunnel South to get our last key and then save warp from Lower Torvis, grab our key from Tumos, then off to our final bosses. And an extra power bomb for our trouble.
Well, you can never say no to more expansions. I mean, you can say no, but it's right here. It's free. Who turns down something free? Well, we found where Grapple Beam was hiding this entire time. It's on Warrior's Walk.
All right. Well,
Now, unfortunately, there's 0 grapple points in the entirety of Aegon, so you're not a good place to have it. But that's okay.
hey, you're standing on me. Thanks.
What are you talking about? There's nothing here. It's just a big old block of air. See, there's absolutely nothing there obstructing the statue. That's okay. We're just going to go for Jump Guardian skip real quick.
Again, we can do it, but again, the question is why?
I couldn't tell you why, unless Steve just completely forgot a location of a major or is misremembering something.
Yeah.
But that makes 8 keys for Rico. We have 1 key left to find, and we know where it is.
It is where we save warp.
Yep. We'll take that save warp. We'll get the last key, and we'll get this race over in just a few moments.
Ooh. Thought we were going to bonk there, but just barely cleared. I will say, great day of racing.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely fantastic day of racing. Had 4 today. We've got, I believe, 3 tomorrow. Wow, Elias. Major props for Elias going back-to-back days of races. Played today, and is now going to be playing Jeff tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. All right. We are off to our final bosses. Emperor Ring and Dark Samus 3, possibly 4. Although with unlimited missiles and Dark Beam and unlimited Dark Beam, I don't see us saying DS4 tonight.
Well, after what the last 4 races have had, and today with the required Quadraxis yet again, will Dark Samus be kind to us? I doubt it. She's probably going to assert that this is her kingdom, her place on the battleground. And we'll see the fiery depths continue to destroy our confidence and make this fight go on for too long.
Avina, unfortunately, Rico got the quad skip, but could not escape, bonked, and took a soft lock. Had to reset.
And that's what happens when you disrespect a man's table. You know, the dining and furnishing are a very respectable material. I am running out of words and adjectives to use.
It's been a long week.
Well, this week still has a little bit longer to go. And Steve is looking through hints. I'm telling you, I told you, I think you forgot something.
Yep.
And that's a sad, sad thing to happen.
Yeah. It happens to all of us. I mean, especially especially if you've been practicing seeds all day and
Oh, yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times I've forgotten a hint, thought I did a check when I never did, or just misremembered what a hint had wrote on it.
Yep.
Countless times, but it happens. It happens. One final safety save for good measure, and it's time to fight the Emperor Ring.
Not a bad call. Never a bad time for a safety save.
No, especially when Emperor 3 likes to go out of bounds on you.
Yeah. I love that sound the Samus makes when she hits a screw attack wall. That what? Like, all right.
Well, Reed, since it is your seed, you want to close this out for the final bosses?
Oh, I guess I can do that. Emperor 1. Shoot the tentacles, and with double damage, shoot 2 supers into the big glowy orb. On to Emperor 2. Bunch of tiny tentacles come out of the holes. Power bombs are your friends. Inglets are annoying. Roll around. Power bomb the tiny tentacles. Thankfully, with double damage, even normal bombs will get the job done pretty quick. And Emperor 3, my favorite music in the game. During development, Emperor 3 had tiny little weak points on its booties. Right there around the ankles. For screw attack weak points. Those were not removed whenever they said, we're not going to put those in. The quote-unquote weak spots to damage it were removed. However, the weak points themselves stayed. A couple low screw attacks into the ankles, which, as I'm getting older, I absolutely understand that weakness. We'll take out Emperor 3, or as we have unlimited ammo and Annihilator, we can also just spam Annihilator shots and pretty much melt Emperor 3. And that's Emperor down. Off to Dark Samus 3 and 4.
Oh, I can relate to that knee pain, except mine's more in the back. A lot of heavy lifting at the job.
Yep, got that too. Say, Dark Samus 3. So, Dark Samus will show up, say hello.
And we turn around and walk away.
Pretty much. So we pelt her with, normally it's 21 Annihilator shots, I believe.
And
double damage. Yep. Annihilator, it is 11.
And half a lemon.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Boop. And that gets the Dark Samus down to right where you want for a weak point. And then we have some options. We can screw attack, because Dark Samus takes pretty decent damage off a screw attack in Dark Samus 3. We can, in this instance, my preferred method. Oh, not do that.
Ouch. A super missile right to the face, point blank.
Ooh. Not do that. Okay. So that will transition us into Dark Samus 4, which is kind of an auto scroller, but with phase-on pellets. What I was going to say is my preferred method here would be missile stuns. And if you shoot a missile, Dark Samus reappears and throws up her shield, and then you can pelt them with Dark Beam, which with double damage finishes this fight rather quickly, or screw attack. If not, you get centered. And when you get centered, we go into Dark Samus 4. So Dark Samus 4 is... she goes up, becomes big and glowy, and then after becoming big and glowy, shoots out phase-on pellets at you every once and again that you can click with your charge beam, and that's the only thing that does damage. Just like this. Boop.
Oh, heck. Well, my favorite method is trying to bribe her.
And...
or blackmail.
Rather generous with phase-on pellets tonight. Ooh!
Oh, a swing and a miss. Strike one.
And Super Missile.
Have the bribes worked?
We'll
No,
the
bribes have never worked, Avina. That's why my time is so high.
And this should... oh!
No.
Oh!
No, there's no health on that health bar game. Come on.
There's not. That is
There's
0.1 health.
there.
And that will be GG's in chat. Rico with a time in race time of 2:08:18. Not sure why he didn't round up to 19, but it's close enough, I suppose. And unfortunately, Steve has forfeited. They are going to take the DNF, but definitely get your GGs in chat for both of our runners. Exceptionally well run.
Oh, absolutely. It was a battle start to end.
And we will do our best to get our runners in here for some post-game.
Oh, but until that time, Reed, how do you think everything went today?
I think the big thing, unfortunately, today was that untimely death. That was a real killer, unfortunately. Yeah. And we are joined in the booth by Rico, our winner of tonight's matchup. GG.
Oh,
And we're also joined by Steve. Yeah, can't forget him.
Definitely can't. Steve,
I am.
GG's.
So, I'm gonna say the obvious question real quick. Steve, Rico, since Reed was so kind and generous to create your race for you tonight, and he's been joining us in this booth the entire time, what would you like to say to him?
SpeedGaming friendly.
Honestly, I have no complaints. The problem wasn't the seed, the problem was me. This should have been a lot quicker, but I screwed up that quad skip.
I mean, you were so close to it, but just
that was
hair
so
off.
close. And having to reset the entire system, that one cost you a little time.
I was really worried that I was going to lose because of that, because I've raced Steve in the past twice, and it has been a matter of minutes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was a death that Steve took that set them back about 25 minutes.
Ooh.
I can't tell if Steve's with us or if it's just on mute. Steve, if you're talking, we can't hear you, my friend.
We'll just go through some of the highlights. Big highlight of this race for me was that this was quadruple quadraxis today. All 4 races had a required quad.
Quads.
We had quads today.
Well, on the bright side, you didn't have to fight Chica for another time.
True. We only had 2 out of the 4 that had Chica today.
You see that? I kind of would prefer that boss to quad. Chica is a lot more fun than quad is. Quad is just kind of
lengthy.
Well, let's see. While the credits roll, let's see where Dark Visor was, because neither of you found Dark Visor. We knew where Echo was there in War Ritual.
Oh, really?
And we know it's somewhere in Torvis.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna put it on Alpha.
That Dark Visor. I was initially going to check more of Torvis, but then I got the hints pointing towards MSB and Sync. So I decided, I'll leave this behind. I'll come back if I need it, since I have to come back here anyway. And I forgot that I didn't pick up Dark Visor at least 7 times in this seed.
Yep, Plaza Access.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Let's see. Trying to think. I had several questions for Steve, but unfortunately I think we're having some microphone issues, but hopefully we'll get situated. So yeah, unfortunately, that was the big thing on your side, Rico, was the quad skip down.
Yeah, I need to practice that more.
Just a little to the right, or a little bit more to the right, I should say. Yeah, no Airy today.
Check.
Oh,
Is this
there's
working?
Steve.
Hey,
There's
welcome.
Steve.
There you are.
Hey, Steve.
Welcome.
Welcome to the post game
GGs.
GGs. So
Yeah.
definitely had a few questions for you for the post game, Steve. One being that I will say you did a phenomenal job of recovering from that death that cost you a ton of time.
Right. It's the first time I've felt comfortable not just safety saving everywhere I could, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, dive into Dark Torvus and bam, Poison Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you got taken out by one of the puffers.
Yep.
Yeah, they do a ton of damage very quickly.
It's like Inkstorm damage, right?
It's very close. It may actually be a little bit quicker than Inkstorm damage because it's puffer damage on top of your normal Dark Aether damage.
I feel the obligatory need to let loose a read.
Yeah, that's fair. We had
That'd be
quads
appropriate.
today.
Two
We had all four seats. All four seats had a required quad.
Logically a required quad. I heard about the skip attempt over there. However, yes, if I'd have stayed on track, I would have had to fight quad. I'm not comfortable with skip, so therefore, yes.
One thing that I was going to ask you was later in the seed, after you got your hint about where Light Suit was in Vault, why did you do a ton of Aegon cleanup? What were you looking for?
Completely forgot about Light Suit on Vault.
I called it. You owe me.
All right, that's fair.
I would actually say it was more. I think I would have remembered it better, but when I got boost, I did not remember about Vault because I know that was one of those defining factors.
Yep, that was right there after you got boost in the mining station B hit.
But no, I know I know it showed up on the race. I did a hint deep dive, and then as soon as I did that hint searching, I knew I was behind. I saw the logic. I knew I should have been well ahead of this, but I just, yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes randos, and those deaths. Yeah, they those deaths are. Yeah, I mean, puffers are a huge one that will kill you very quickly. Quads, also, the quad lasers, if you catch it frame perfect, will wipe tanks. I mean, I've seen people go from full 4 tanks to dead from one quad laser.
Luminoth turrets.
Luminoth turrets are another. Yeah.
Luminoth turrets to me, yes. Quad lasers I've not had the pleasure of, because more often than not.
Yep, right there in
attack into death favor, but no, I've also had my fair share of boosting a dank entrance because I think there's something there, and forget turrets are right there at the boost, or no, right there at the scan point, and therefore boost into my oblivion. Marion, I think
right.
That kind of race level.
Yep, I've done it too.
Bombed one of those. I did that. I think I remember that.
If I remember correctly, Steve, when we raced in the last tournament, I think we both died to the same turrets at the same time.
Yes, it was you. Yes. I don't know about the same time, but yes, we both went to dank entrance and both turrets. And
I remember. I was there.
It was excessively close.
I remember. If it's not the turrets, it's someone boosting into a Phazon crate on Sank Entrance Bridge and trying to play bowling with themselves.
But Marion, explosions are fun.
We're not going to talk about that.
Explosions are fun unless you're in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw. I'm just trying to play bowling over here. Like, oh look, a crate. I'm just gonna touch it. Oh, never mind. There goes that frame.
I'm explodey.
Oh, dangerous! Explosive crates prone to explode.
They need signs. They really do.
Well, it's bright blue. I mean, I doubt Aether has a qualified hazmat team. Oh, but either way, let's see. What about your Sky Temple keys today?
Yeah,
I didn't hate
I'm
them.
never a fan of Tumos, but I mean that wasn't the worst part of this. I was Annihilator. That's the worst part. Is I recognized where Annihilator was right off the bat
Yes.
when I saw it in Sank Transport or whatever the room.
Yep,
is.
FTA. Yep.
FTA.
So Steve peaked FTA first pass and saw Annihilator.
Yeah, I saw those balls coming off of a circle there. I knew that was Annihilator when I peeked. I was like, damn, that's why I tried to write an A on the ground.
I saw it. It was legible enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
There
once I saw it-
wasn't an Annihilator hint, unfortunately. If there was no Annihilator hint, that would have been phenomenal knowledge.
You see, I misread the hint and I thought it was a different room, so I went to Hall of Honor Dead immediately after getting the hint, not realizing it wanted me to go the other direction to FTA.
Okay.
I got bailed hardcore by the hint in MSB though, because I had no clue where Light Suit was, and I was kind of panicking.
I will say I rickrolled, hot dogged, whatever myself. I wrote down my hints off of STK hints and then went to TTE instead of TTS and failed to realize. I thought I was going to TTE, get my key real quick, and then saw unlimited missiles. I'm like, wait, did I? And then no, looked at my notes and it's like, oh, it's TTS for the key, not TTE.
Yep.
Dang.
No, that one's unfortunately going to be the Annihilator.
Another one of my mistakes.
No.
Yeah, that is
for
the one
taking
that worried me, because I know that Steve is much better at out of bounds than I am. So there was a potential that I couldn't skip the Annihilator, but he possibly could have if he knows the out of bounds.
That is one. Even though having grab, I was trying to keep it in my back pocket, thinking, "No, I can just recover. I didn't need to do that." Then I thought routing into Sank, and by the time I actually got my stuff together, it was like, "Oh, I'm boned."
No, unfortunately, it was that. Again, you did recover phenomenally, routing-wise and movement-wise, from that death. It was just a little bit too much time lost to really recover.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'll say this much. Now that I'm no longer a participant, I highly endorse the idea of Reed generating as many seeds as possible for the lols of the content.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. We've got 3 more coming tomorrow. No. Yep. Unfortunately, Steve, this is going to be your last match in the Mentor tournament. Did you enjoy it? Do you have anything you'd like to say about the format or things that you learned, your experiences being a mentee during the tournament? And
this pushed me into the idea of, well, first things first, getting my routing down set back in the early stages of the Mentor tournament, but it also pushed me into the idea of getting comfortable out of bounds. I feel like I demonstrated a couple of times where actually getting out of bounds, actually wall crawling, showed off once or twice, but no, I'm honestly at the point where I'm about to try and just try for some personal bests, just speed running or trying some randomizer craziness. I've gotten really comfortable based off of this tournament, so I'm half tempted. I think I'm about to either try a 200% because I'll give myself some background now. I always love 100% scan runs.
Yes.
Ever since this game ever came out, I've always tried for 100% scan runs. I think with the knowledge I've gained based off of the tournament and just everything I've gained, I honestly think I'm about to stream or try and benchmark a personal best on 200% and see where I can go from there.
Awesome.
Again, GG's over there, Rico. I
GG's.
don't want to pop off anything crazy, but and I won't be the fastest, I won't be the best, but you know what? It's gotten me comfortable with the idea of just hey, let's go fast.
There you go. And that's the biggest thing about this tournament is it's people coming together, making new friends, learning new tricks, and pushing themselves in ways that maybe they didn't realize that they wanted to be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna dust off my copy and just go through, and hopefully we can inspire some runners that haven't participated in stuff like this before to join us for the next ones.
Absolutely. Although I will say, make sure to have your updates and your dolphin playing nice. I feel like another thing that was also tripping me. My dolphin kept on giving me glitches tonight, and I was on edge.
Oh,
Did you see that through the race where a couple of times it just like stuttered on my end?
yeah.
That was also a dolphin. That was a dolphin stutter.
Oh,
I didn't have any crashes,
okay.
but I kept feeling like dolphin was messing with me all night long too.
Okay, I
Oof.
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was just on the stream end or if that was a dolphin thing.
Yeah, no, I had some stuttering coming through on my end. So, but again, that was just me in a comfort level. I don't want to take anything away. No, Rico's got the win here for sure. And again, good luck. Who you got next, Rico? Or has it been determined?
I don't think it has yet.
No, we're not sure yet. Rico, you will be playing the winner of Nis and McCollier.
Well, best of luck to you on the next one. But yeah, no, I know. Inevitably, any competitor I'd have preferred, I'd have liked to go forward, but you know what? I'm not upset. So
Yeah, it always stinks to go out, but whenever you can go out to somebody that you like, it's kind of one of those things like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, that actually crossed my mind too. I've been really kind of worried about this one because I do know Steve's skill level, and like I said, I know that he can do things that I can't, especially with out of bounds. But if I did end up losing today, I would have been fine losing to Steve because I've raced him before, and he's a really cool guy. He
That's awesome.
even let me sneak in my joke RA in our first race back in the last tournament.
Yes, I remember that.
I had Nye turn on require mains in a seed that gave you missiles at the start.
Well, that's just a mean experience.
Oh, that was
That's pretty hilarious.
that was a week 6. That was week 6
Yep.
of the last tournament, so it was giving you launcher anyway, so therefore it wouldn't have done anything, but it was a nice meme.
I remember that.
setting that up.
Oh.
But no. Such serendipity, but yeah, Rico, get at him. take this as far as you can, but no, I'm happy to have played the tournament as long as I could. I'm glad to say congratulations.
Thank you.
No, I hate to see anybody get knocked out, but such is life, unfortunately, in the
Yeah,
tournament
but
format. And
we're at that
you have
lower bracket.
you have played exceptionally well throughout Swiss and throughout the bracket, and I salute you. You did an amazing job. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we want to talk about from the Steve Marion before we wrap up?
No, I've got no notes. Everything has already been covered on the notes section.
Okay. Rico, any final thoughts about the seed or about your experiences so far? Moving on to bottom bracket round 2.
No, but I have had a really great time in this tournament.
Good. I'll take a brief personal second to thank all of our volunteers, all of our TOs, and our tournament admin staff for putting this together and making sure it continues to run as smooth as it has. I don't think we've had a single race yet that has not had at least one volunteer on comms. So that is a huge thing with as many races happen during a day. So it is greatly appreciated to all of you. So thank you.
Absolutely, especially today. I mean, as much as we were the first scheduled run of this Saturday, we scheduled back on Tuesday.
Think so. That sounds right.
But inevitably, 5 races today. Yeah,
5 races today.
Volunteers greatly appreciated. Good shout outs across the board. Thank you guys so much.
But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and close it out for the evening. Join us again tomorrow. We have races at noon, 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time between Avina and Sass, Jeff and Elias, and Nis and McCollier. You'll find out tomorrow, Rico, who you're matching up with next after their match at 4 p.m.
Looking forward to it. I haven't raced either before, so it should be fun.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Make sure you please follow our runners. They did a phenomenal job this evening providing us with content, even though I did my best to make sure they suffered for it. Please make sure to follow my co-com Marion. And if you are interested in the brackets or joining us over on the Discord, those links are over in chat as well.
Absolutely.
But
alrighty, and with that being said, I think we're all set. We don't have anything else on the docket.
Guys,
that's all I had.
Non-binary pals, take it easy and have a good night. Good luck, have fun, and see you next mission.
All right, we'll see you next mission.
Did I just take the statement?
You did. You did, but it's okay. You're not gonna have another race. It's all right. We'll let you finish out with that one, folks. We'll see you guys next mission. Take it easy.
Deuces.